Hello, Coach Danny here, and I'm making this video because I got a great question from a challenger today. And if you haven't been following my journey from the beginning, you might not know a lot about me, and you might just assume that I'm this wonderfully in shape, fit person, which wasn't always the case. So I'll start out by reading the question I got from my challenger. She said, Danny, when you started this program, were you on any sort of program prior? Did you have stamina in your workouts, or were they killer for you at first? Was this lifestyle a total overhaul for you? Wonderful question. Okay, so I feel like I need to give you a little bit of history. I played volleyball in high school, and then I also played volleyball in college. And I mean, I was super fit, quote unquote healthy. I mean, I really just ate whatever I wanted because I was working out 3 hours a day. And, you know, playing a college sport, I mean, it's a lot of work. That being said, I graduated from college. I stopped playing volleyball in 2010, graduated in 2011. And the other part of being a college athlete is you've spent your entire life, you know, high school and college, you've spent your entire life being told what to do. You know, do 10 push-ups, do 10 box jumps, run around the track. You know, someone's constantly there telling you what to do. So I didn't really have the skills and or motivation to work out when I was done with my college sport, because I was so used to someone telling me what to do, number one. And number two, because I became disenchanted with working out because it was my job, you know, for the last 10 years at that point. It was like a job to me, and it was not something I wanted to do. After college, I stopped working out, like I just said, but I continued to eat like a college athlete. So I gained 40 pounds within 3 or 4 months after I stopped playing volleyball. On top of that, I mean, a year went by, 2 years went by. Pretty soon it had been 3 years that had went by since I did anything athletic. I tried going to the gym here and there. There's no one to hold me accountable. I had no motivation. I would get there and feel stupid because I didn't know what to do with anything. And that even if I did know what I was doing, kind of, I felt uncomfortable from people looking at me and judging me. I felt like, you know, some people who go to the gym are very like, they know what they're doing and you don't. And so I just didn't really like that feel. And then I would get on the elliptical or bike and work for an hour, and like, no changes were happening. And I mean, it mainly had to do with the fact that my eating habits were not good, and I didn't know that. So I pretty much gave up on the gym. And then probably a year later, my boyfriend and I decided to get healthy again. It was January of 2014, and we decided to go for a run. We made it a quarter of a mile. He was fine. I couldn't run anymore. I was completely out of breath. I'm kind of emotional because I didn't know who I was anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even run a quarter of a mile. Like, I felt like I had just ran a marathon. Like, I couldn't breathe. I felt so sluggish. I was embarrassed because my pants were so tight and I didn't have any clothes that fit. And I mean, I was not happy with my body. I was not happy with myself. I was not confident, and I was just really struggling. Okay. So there it is. So the first question, were you on any sort of program prior? No. The truth is, I had barely worked out or touched anything in 3 years. So I was completely out of shape when I started. Did you have stamina in your workouts, or were they killer for you at first? They were killer. I actually started off with T25 that I bought off of an infomercial, because that same day we went running, I went home and I was so depressed and sad, and I turned on the TV, sat on the couch, and I was eating ice cream, and I was on the TV Guide channel seeing what was on Bravo and MTV, hoping some Teen Mom or some Real Housewives was on. And on the TV Guide channel there was a T25 ad that you could do your workout in 25 minutes a day, and I thought, okay, 25 minutes a day, I can do that. And I asked Bobby if he thought I could do it. He said, I don't know, do you think you can? And it's really hard when you're in that state of not believing in yourself. And I remember when he asked me that, and I was kind of frustrated, like, well, don't you believe in me? And he said, well, I can believe in you all I want, but you have to believe in yourself first. And so I said, fine, I'm gonna do it. You know, I'm very prideful. So when I said I was gonna do it, I said I was gonna do it. The program came, I started doing the workouts, and Bobby was doing them with me, and he was much stronger than I was. Sorry, I didn't know I was gonna get so emotional. And I was very frustrated. I could do like one push-up and I was just like, this isn't my body. I used to be a college athlete. I used to be able to do all of this stuff. And I would get so tired and I'd burn out way before him. And I would like complain that, you know, it's the program's fault and all this stuff, just making excuses. But I pushed through and I pushed play every single day. And by the second week, it got easier. But guess what? No, it didn't. It didn't get easier. It was the same workout. I just got stronger. You know, maybe I did 2 push-ups the next week. The next week after that, I did 10. And then, you know, you just get stronger and stronger and stronger if you don't give up. So yeah, it was so hard for me. I have exercise-induced asthma on top of it, and I didn't have my inhaler, and so a few times I had to completely stop because I thought I was gonna have like a full-blown panic attack and not be able to breathe. But I just kept pushing play every single day and trusted the process. Was this lifestyle a total overhaul for you? So yes, it was. The workouts were super hard, and I didn't even, the T25 doesn't come with as it comes with a good meal plan, but it wasn't very structured. And so it wasn't until I found the color-coded meal plan that I use now that I was able to fix my eating habits and have them go in line with getting results from the workouts. Because as hard as you train and as hard as you work out, you cannot out-train a bad diet. So the whole thing was completely overhaul. I struggled. It was hard, mentally, physically. It was exhausting. I doubted the program. I doubted myself. But I never gave up, and so that was in January. I started my workouts in February, and by June of 2014, I had lost 35 pounds, and here we are a year and a half later, and that 35 pounds is still gone because I have a completely new lifestyle. That's actually half the reason I joined as a coach, is because if I had not joined as a coach, would I still be on my fitness journey today? And the answer is no. Because I need accountability and I need to be putting it out there in the world that I'm doing this stuff. Because if I'm not doing that, and if no one's watching me, and if no one cares, then I'm not very good at holding myself accountable. So I want to thank all my challengers and all my fans for helping hold me accountable. And I hope you realize that, I'm just a person too, just like you, and anybody can do what I'm doing. You just have to believe in yourself. So I hope this was helpful, and if you feel inspired to reach out to me to talk about anything, please do. And if you are interested in learning what I do as a coach, please let me know as well, and I can share more with you about that. So I hope you have a fulfilling day and a wonderful life, and I just hope you spread joy, love, and happiness wherever you go. Okay,